welcome back to another YouTube video. This video I'm going to do more of a sit down chatty video, and I want to share my best diet hacks when in comp prep, because comp prep is tough and being hungry is not fun, not eating a lot of food, moving your body a lot. So I want to give my top tips to make it easier. And even if you're not a competitor, these can be things that you can implement if you ever do a fat loss phase, because I am naturally lazy, and even though I love to work hard and everything, at the same time, I hate making things harder than they need to be. So hopefully these hacks can help you out if you are either a competitor or in a fat loss phase in general, or just in your fitness journey. So without further ado, let's get straight on into the tips. Number one, try and prioritize getting everything done in the morning. We wake up every day. I like to think that we have a cup of willpower, and that cup at the start of the day is full of willpower. But then as you move through your day and you have to make decision after decision, you're going to work or looking after kids, your willpower depletes. Your glass starts to become empty, because you're making so many decisions throughout the day, so that when it gets to the end of the day, it's so much easier just to be like, screw it, or it's gonna feel way harder than in the morning. Especially in comp prep, you're gonna find that your energy will deplete as the day goes on. So you wanna try and prioritize getting everything done in the morning. Now, I know that's not always possible for everyone, because everyone has different working circumstances and everything, but I really like to try and get my cardio and my training done in the morning. The only thing that I don't do in the morning is my steps. I will do them at the end of my day to decompress after my work day. However, depending on my week, sometimes I'll try and even get my steps in the morning as well. So my mornings really look like waking up, doing my little morning routine, journal, read, all of that. Then I will sip on some sort of caffeinated beverage, whether it's pre-workout or a coffee during that time, go do my fasted cardio, come back, eat brekkie, shower, get ready for the day, and then go to gym. Or I might do 2 hours of deep work, so really focused work that I need my brain power for, and then go to the gym. So I like to prioritize the harder things, or the things I really need my brain for at the start of the day. That way, when it gets to the later end of the day, I'm still being productive where I can, but it's more either work, the day-to-day working on the business stuff, or I don't have to think and push myself to show up. Number two, eat higher volume foods. This is an absolute game changer. What that basically means is you want to prioritize foods that are lower in calories so you can eat more of it. Because if you are in comp prep and you try and fit pasta in all the way to the end, you're going to be able to have a bowl of pasta and nothing else for your day. So although with tracking your food and everything, depending what approach you take, you can eat whatever you want to optimize what you're eating so that you feel somewhat satiated. Of course, it's not going to solve all your problems. You'll still probably be hungry, but it can make things so much easier mentally. So I always like to make different swaps, whether I swap from a bagel to having rice cakes. I like to have a bunch of salads. I like to have cauliflower mash or cauliflower rice, and egg whites, different little swaps that, I can eat a lot of. Even a spud light potato or pumpkin is a really good option as well, because you get so much of it, and that really psychologically helps in a fat loss phase. It also does keep you feeling fuller for longer as well. For one serve of normal rice, you could probably have 5 serves of cauliflower rice. So I know you know which one is going to make you feel fuller for longer. So huge tip there is eat higher volume, and also have a good routine with your food as well. Eat at the same times every day. I'm going to touch on this on another point, but it's going to make things easier. I like to have 5 meals a day, because to me, I can't have long periods where I'm not eating, because I'm just going to be starving. Number 3 is stay busy. Now, I know when we're in comp prep, we're tired and lethargic, and sometimes just walking feels hard, but it is really important to stay busy because it keeps your mind occupied. And I want to use an example. So a few weekends ago, I was really tired just from the week from work, and I was like, okay, I'm going to relax. I had done all my work for the week, and I basically rotted on the couch all weekend. But what happened from that was that I was counting down until my next meal. I was so much more hungry, and I was so much more tired. So try and keep busy over your weekends. I know for me right now, I'm trying to just, work on the weekends or catch up and just get out and do stuff. Although, like, yes, I am tired and I'm like, oh, I just feel like I'm grinding 7 days of the week. It honestly makes me feel way better than just lying on the couch. Now, don't get me wrong, I still allow myself rest, of course, but I do find psychologically staying busy really, really helps. Number 4, drink water. I mean, this is important for anyone and everyone, but it does help with your appetite. It's not gonna, again, solve all your problems, but a lot of the time when we are dehydrated, it comes across as hunger. So we want to make sure that we are staying hydrated. Not only is it going to help to make things easier on yourself, but it is also going to help with fat loss, with recovery, with everything. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how important water is, so drink your water. Another little hack is to have a beverage in between meal times. So like I said, I eat 5 meals a day, but I generally have some sort of beverage or something in between those meals, because then it doesn't feel like I'm waiting as long till I can get another thing in my mouth. That sounded so dirty, but I wake up, I have a coffee, and then I'll go, do my cardio, then I'll have a meal, and then I will do a bit of work and maybe have another coffee. But I've been swapping to decaf lately because I'm like, girl, need to chill with the caffeine. Or I'll have like a sugar-free soda. And of course I do this all in moderation, but that can be something that can be really helpful in between meal times if you're someone who finds that you're just counting down towards the next meal. I just find in comp prep we like to just have something to chew on or something to drink. I don't know, for me it helps psychologically, so that can be another tip as well. Now, if you're in comp prep or dieting, you should be eating a high protein diet, but I'm going to include this anyway. Eat a higher protein diet, and here is why. Not only is protein like one of the most important macronutrients for recovery and helping repair and regrow the muscles. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean. It is also one of the most satiating macronutrients. So satiating meaning it's going to keep you feeling fuller for longer as opposed to like carbohydrates. So obviously that's going to make things easier, but also protein has the highest thermic effect of food. And what that means is our bodies burn calories when digesting food, right? But when we consume protein, our bodies burn even more calories in comparison to carbs and fats, which is going to help with the fat loss process. So like I said, if you are in comp prep, you should be having a high protein diet. I would be surprised if you aren't. But if you aren't having a protein diet, whether you're in comp prep or even just in a fat loss phase, make sure to prioritize protein. A good rule of thumb is 1 gram per pound of body weight. It's a good sort of starting benchmark to go off. Next is plan your meals and have a routine. This is so important. If you do not plan your meals, it's going to be so much harder. Oh my God, if I didn't plan my meals, I would eat like half my calories in my breakfast. And this, I preach about this to my clients, as I'm like, sit there on a Sunday and plan out what you're going to eat for the week. You're going to save money on groceries. You're not going to be stressed about whether or not you're going to hit your macros this week. You're not going to eat all your macros in the first half of your day. You have a solid plan in place. And going back to what I said earlier is have solid meal times, because this will also help with our body's circadian rhythm. Our bodies love routine. So I like to eat the same meal times every day, because then my hunger starts to creep in closer to the meal times, and I'm not on this like roller coaster and it's just like different every day. Again, we want to make things easier on ourselves. I would rather start to feel a little bit of hunger closer to meal times than feel starving and then super full and then have it be all over the shop. Next is have a routine. If you don't have a routine, how do you live your life? Honestly, but especially in comp prep. Comp prep is basically a part-time job within itself. You have your steps to do, you have cardio to do, you have your training to do, you have your posing practice to do, you have so many different things, and then you have work and family commitments and friendships and all of that on top of it. You need to be smart with your time. I plan everything in a Google Calendar, so I know exactly where I'm spending my time every single week. But I also allow time for downtime and all of that as well, but I need to have structure, especially when comp prep brain kicks in. Don't even get me started on comp prep brain, because you're going to be so freaking forgetful. You're gonna forget. I put everything on calendars and to-do lists and I still forget stuff. So make sure you have a to-do list, you plan your weeks, you know exactly what your weeks and days are looking like, and you have a routine down pat. So for me right now, my routine's changed a few times throughout prep, but as of right now, I wake up in the morning, I make myself a coffee, I journal, I read, I update my like goal trackers and everything, and then I will go and I'll do 20 minutes of cardio. Come back to the apartment, and luckily my apartment has a gym with a stepper, so that's super convenient. But then I'll come back up and I will eat my breakfast, so my first meal of the day. Then I will shower, I'll do a cold shower, I'll do my makeup for the day, get all pretty. Then I'll do 2 hours of deep work. So this is work where I'm working on my business. I'm pushing the needle forward. And then after that, I will have my second meal and I'll go work out. So I've got 2 meals in me before I go work out, which works really well for me. I just feel like I have a bit more energy. I've tried training fasted. I've even tried training off 1 meal, but I find that my body is still quite tired. So I like to have 2 meals behind me. I go train, I do some posing practice, I come home, and then I'll make my third meal, have another coffee probably, and I will do another 2 hours of just my must-do tasks. So I prioritize my work tasks into deep work, must-do, and then everything else. So I'll try and prioritize my must-do tasks, and if I get through them, then I move on to all the other tasks I've got to do. Then I will have another meal, and then I'll have another 2-hour work block, another meal, and then maybe dabble in a little bit more work. Then go do an hour of steps on the treadmill. I'll call like a friend or my mom, or I will dabble in more work, maybe create TikToks during this time, whatever it may be. And then I come up and I do my skincare, get ready for bed. And it's basically like that every single day, even on weekends, but this works for me. This feels good for me. I'm keeping myself busy. I'm keeping myself distracted. I'm eating every 2 to 3 hours, and I feel pretty good from it. And this routine helps me optimize my training, my cardio, all of that, which is really important, especially optimizing for training as well. Like I knew training off 1 meal, I didn't get as good of workouts compared to when I have 2 meals behind me. So you got to find what works for you routine-wise, and I get that I have the luxury of working for myself, so I can be quite flexible. Not everyone has the ability to do so, but even if you work a 9 to 5 or you do shift work, you need to make sure that you are planning your weeks and planning your days, because it's going to make things so much easier. My first comp prep, I look back and it was an absolute shit show, because my routine was all over the shop. I did definitely have somewhat of a routine, but even with my meal times and everything, and of course it was my first comp prep, so this is why I'm sharing my experience, so I can help you if you're either thinking of going into comp prep or wanting to start. That is pretty much all my hacks for comp prep, my diet hacks, my fat loss phase hacks. If you've learned anything from this video, or there was anything that you're like, oh, I'm gonna start implementing that, comment it down below and let me know. And if you're someone who's looking to compete over the next year, or even someone who wants to start their transformation and wants to lose weight, gain confidence and feel really good, I do offer one-to-one coaching. Our metabolic breakthrough method has helped over 500 girls go from just normal girls to gym girls, and this is obviously something I'm very passionate about. And the biggest thing is, like, I want to make fitness fun and easy. And there are so many different things we can do to make it easy, because when I started, it felt so hard for me. It felt like a chore. But now, like, I found ways to enjoy it, and I've been able to help so many girls do the same. So if this is something that you're like, damn, I want this for myself, go to the description box, because I have the one-on-one coaching application there. Otherwise, I also have a free Fat Loss Forever workbook, which is a great starting point, which is going to show you the foundations that you need to set you up well for an easy and successful fat loss phase. Other than that, I know it was a bit of a shorter video, a bit more of like a sit down chatty video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any video suggestions or anything, please let me know. We are currently 6 weeks out, which is so exciting. I hit a new low weigh-in today. Things are going really smooth. I had a 3-day diet break this week, which was amazing for me. So I'm honestly cruising. I'm cruising. It's currently the 3rd or 2nd of August. I don't even know anymore. Show is next month, and I cannot wait to take you guys along through that journey. Thank you again for all the support. I've gotten so many new subscribers, so hello if you're new. I appreciate you being here. That's going to be everything for this week's video. I hope you took a lot of value from it, and I would really appreciate it if you supported and followed along for the journey by liking and subscribing to my channel. That's everything from me this week, and I'll chat to you guys next week's video. Bye!